Good morning, children. Yes, in last class we all discussed about early topic of our constitution. Yes, our constitution is adopted on January 26, 1950. Right. Constituent Assembly, it was organized on 1946 December 9th. So chairperson of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad, and chairperson of the drafting committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Like some of the points we all learned in the previous class. Yes, now I'll go to discussing with you about silent feature of our constitution in this class. Right, there are some important silent features of our constitutions are discussed by our text. Basically, 1. Written and lengthy constitution. Written and lengthy constitution. Next one, partially flexible and rigid constitution. Flexible and rigid constitution. Next one, parliamentary form of government. Next one, federal system. Next one, fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Fundamental rights and duties. Next one, directive principles of state policy. Next one, centralized, independent and centralized judicial system. Next one, bicameral legislature. Next one, single citizenship. Next one, party system. Adult franchisee. Adult franchisee system. Yes, these are all main salient features of our constitution. Written and lengthy constitution, partially flexible and rigid constitution, parliamentary form of government, federal system, fundamental rights and duties, directive principles of state policy, independent and centralized judiciary system, bicameral legislature, single citizenship, party system, adult franchisee system, and republican system. Okay, these are all the important salient features of our constitution. Now, I will take one by one and discuss. First one, written and lengthy constitution. Our constitution is in written form. Organs of the government like legislature, executive, judiciary, all are guided through the written form. And fundamental rights, fundamental duties, directive principles of state policy, all are in written form. So our constitution is written and lengthy constitution. How we consider this is a lengthy? See, our constitution have 25 chapters, 12 schedules, 465 articles, 65 articles now at present. 25 chapters, 12 schedules, 465 articles at present. In beginning, there are 22 chapters, 8 schedules, 365 are articles in beginning. So, our constitution is in written and lengthy compared to other countries' constitution. Our constitution is in a lengthy form and written form. Yes, so this is written and lengthy constitution. Next one. Partially flexible and rigid constitution. How it is partially flexible and rigid? Yes, see, flexible and rigid. First, we would like to learn. Flexible means the constitution which can be amended easily. That constitution is called a flexible constitution. The constitution which can be amended easily, that constitution is called a flexible. Then rigid. The constitution which can be amended through the special procedure, that constitution we call a rigid constitution. So our constitution is partially flexible, nor partially neither flexible. Some articles are amended through easily. Some articles are amended through the special procedure. So our constitution is a flexible and rigid constitution. Yes. Nextly, parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form of government. See, our India have different religions, culture, castes, and variety of languages. See, Indian constitution provides for creation of parliament in national wise. The sovereign power, it is in the hand of the parliament. Sovereign power is in the hand of the parliament, which means the executive should be responsible to the legislature, right? Executive should be responsible to the legislature. If not responsible to the legislature, the government could be collapsed. So parliament have sovereign power in nationwide. So this is created through our constitution, right? Nextly, federal system of government. See, federal system of government is our India have a different linguistic people, caste, religion, and also there are 29 states in our India basically. So power it not fair or not suitable in any one hand. For that reason, our constitution distributed power in two type of government, like central government and state government. So powers are distributed in three lists. They were called as central list, state list and concurrent list. These are all three lists are in the Indian government. Central lists are 100, state lists are 61, or in concurrent lists are 52. The powers are distributed in our India. So our Indian Parliament, our Indian Constitution give a opportunity to create federal system of government. So in case if there is a disagreement between state and central government, at that time Supreme Court interfere to solve the dispute between the state and central. So this system is provide opportunity by our constitution is called a federal system of government. Right? Next one. Fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Firstly, fundamental rights. The rights are provided by the constitution to the individual for all round developments are called a fundamental rights. Okay, these rights given individual, no one can deny it, no one can control of the individual fundamental rights in our India. So fundamental rights are protected by our courts, Supreme Court. See, I will explain in later. Nextly, fundamental duties. See children, there are 11 fundamental duties are here. 11 fundamental duties are now. Duties means our responsibilities towards the nation. Our responsibilities towards the nation are called duties. Now, there are 11 fundamental duties are under the 51th A chapter of the Constitution explain fundamental duties of the citizens of India. Before 2002, there were 10. Under the amendment of 86, under the amendment of 86, our fundamentals increased 11th. 86 amendment in 2002, 11th fundamental duty are adopted in our constitution. What is the 11th fundamental duty? That is the responsibility of the parents. Free and compulsory education provided to their children from 6th to 14 years. So through the amendment of 86 in 2002 that added in our Indian Constitution. So now there are 11 fundamental duties are in our Indian Constitution. So these are all fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Next, directive principles of state policy. So fourth chapter of the Constitution explain directive principle of state policy. So this is incorporated from the Irish Constitution. So this very important topic in our Constitution because social, economical equality provided all the peoples of the nation. This directive principle of state policy, it is based on Gandhiji's principle. So equal opportunity provided to the people by the social and economically. Then one more, if it does not implemented in any way, so no one can go against this to the court. No one government go against this to the government if it does not implemented. So likely directive principles of directive principle of state policy is incorporated from the Irish constitution. Right. Nextly, independent and centralized judiciary system. Independent and centralized judiciary system. See, our constitution provides for creation of judiciary system. So you know children, there are three organs in the government: legislature, executive, judiciary. Among these three, judiciary is independent. Legislature and executive does not interfere in the work of the judiciary. So judiciary give a bold judgment to the individual. So independent and centralized judicial system implemented in our India. And then Supreme Court is the highest court in our India. It is in Delhi. And other courts were come under the Supreme Court. They were called as subordinate courts. Like judiciary system is implemented up, Supreme Court is in Delhi, independent, and separate judicial system is created in our India. Right. This is called as independent and centralized judicial system. Nextly, bicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature means, you know children, parliament is in center, state level government in the state level, national level government called as parliament. So that parliament we have two houses. They were called as Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Right? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. This type of system of government is adopted in our India through the constitutionally called as bicameral legislature. Two type of houses in the national level. Right. Nextly, single citizenship. See children, India is a multicultural nation. Different language, different religion, different caste people, different culture, all are in our India. So we are given single citizenship to the people to avoid the provincialism, to improve the sense of nationalism. To this reason, our Indian Constitution provides the opportunity for single citizenship. Throughout of India, only citizenship is provided now. Right? Single citizenship. Nextly, I'll take on first adult franchisee system. Adult franchisee system. What is this adult franchisee? See children, above 18 years citizen of India, they have a right to vote in the election. That system is called as adult franchisee system. And no make a discrimination among this adult franchisee like men and women. Religions not make a discriminate among the people. Equal opportunity provided to the people of the nation above 18 years. All are equal right to vote. That system is called as adult franchisee system. Right. Nextly, republican system. Republican system means, in the preamble class, I am already discussing with you about the republican system. Our constitution provides this opportunity, republican system. That means all the people, all are participated in the election. All the leaders are elected through the election. Even President of India also elected through the election process, indirect election process, by the people he is also elected. So our constitution provides this opportunity to the people of the nation, election process, right? Next, last one, party system. Political parties are the pillar of our government. Political parties are the pillar of the government. Political parties are create opportunity for the formation of the government. Which party got the majority in the election, that party take the rule. Remaining party is elected as the opposition party. So like this is opportunity provided by our constitution, party system, right? So these are all the salient features of our constitution. So once again, repeat this all the points, children. Very necessary to learn this point, because we are all Indians, and we our duty is first must and should we learn our constitution. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಯಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀರಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಹೈಯರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗಲೂ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಹೋಗಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ IC ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಅದನ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಓದಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಉಪಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ salient features of our constitution, these are all: written and lengthy constitution, partially flexible and rigid constitution, parliamentary form of government, federal system, fundamental rights and fundamental duties, directive principles of state policy, independent and centralized judiciary system, bicameral legislature, single citizenship, party system, adult franchise system, republican system. These are all 9 salient features of our Indian constitution, right? Okay, next I'll go to discussing with you about our constitution main topic, fundamental rights.